Expect showers and storms on Wednesday. When it rains, it can pour. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. We're getting more of that even as I speak. As we approach the 8:15 time frame, as we head into 8:30, a lot of that rain you see between La Follette, Jellicoe, and Clinton, now sliding back into Knox County. So where you see red, you'll find some locally heavy rain. But let's go back in time. Let's go back about 8 hours. Boy, around 2 o'clock this afternoon, it turned really bad and heavy in Maryville, around the airport, Knoxville proper. There were power outages, and yet there was nothing severe. Why was that? Well, the winds were far short of 60-mile-an-hour gusts, but the Weather Service did issue special weather statements talking about gusts closer to 45 and winds, again, part of the factor, but also pea-size hail, penny-size hail in some cases also came with the storms. When it's this sticky outside, when the humidity is this high, it doesn't take much to get more activity across the board. And when we talk about activity, take a look at some of the rainfall totals. Again, these are just Doppler estimates, but it looks like 1.7 around the airport. That is pretty consistent with what they've had, 1.66, I think, officially as of 7 p.m., as of 8 p.m. rather. 1.27, not far from Loudon. Some picked up a half inch, some maybe an inch and a half, but it does. When it rains, it pours. It does come down rather aggressively. By the way, the Ultimate Doppler Radar presented by Marco's Pizza. If you're looking for some comfort food after the storms from earlier today, Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville, just some of the new locations, as they say new, under new ownership and new leadership, better than ever. Marco's Pizza. They're also in Fountain City and Halls. They're in Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, and Ebenezer Road. Maybe you're hungry for a pepperoni pizza. A pepperoni magnifico, as they call it, just under $10. And the new Pizzoli, also delicious, great idea for lunch, maybe for tomorrow. Maybe a pepperoni and sausage, that's my favorite. You might check it out tomorrow. By the way, the radar is lighting up again. This is the next round. I got a 60% chance of showers and storms tonight. It'll come in stages. It won't be everywhere. Looks like we've got more activity coming in tomorrow as the cold front begins to approach. More severe weather in yellow back toward Kansas and Oklahoma with severe thunderstorm watches, wind advisories across parts of apparently North and South Dakota. I believe that's what that is in light brown. I believe that is the case. Yes, wind advisories in Dewey County, South Dakota, while they've got excessive heat warnings. In Brooks County, Texas, a lot of activity going on in other parts of the country. Now, I know these estimates are just that. They're estimates, but by the time we hit 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, some of us may pick up another half inch, as suggested here. As we head into Wednesday evening, maybe a little bit more in green, maybe over a half inch to an inch. I'm looking at Kingston, 0.95, but it really depends. It really depends on where these showers and storms take up a location, where they take up residence. And they are likely, when they rain, it pours. It just drops a lot of rain over a short period of time. It's like a tropical air mass. I might say, welcome to the jungle, to quote Axl Rose. It is very, very soupy outside, so that will be a byproduct. Our high temperature today hit 86. That was my expectation. What I was not expecting was 1.66 inches of rain as of 8 o'clock. But we will likely get a little bit more with this next round coming in from the west. 83, the normal high, 96, the record high from 1911. We saw a high of 87 in Morristown today. It was 88 in Sevierville. What's going on? And only 77 in Crossville. Hard to believe, but there's a big difference, 11 degrees, between Cumberland County and Sevier County today in terms of temperature. If you look around the state, they hit 82 in Chattanooga, 82 Asheville, but 85 Memphis, 84 Nashville, but 88 Johnson City, officially there in the Tri-Cities. Now, this humidity is for the birds. For some of you might be thinking that. It's not a good indication of a good hair day. It's an indication of a bad hair day. We have to wait for this green ooze to ooze on out of here, and that's not going to happen tomorrow. That won't even happen by 5 o'clock Wednesday. But by the time we hit about 2 p.m. on Thursday, that seems to be the current inflection point. Watch the green ooze begin to move out of here. There's 12 noon. You said 2 o'clock. 2 hours later, yeah, it looks like it's out of the city. Ooh, so by 2:30 or 3, it may start to feel refreshingly better. By all accounts, by the time the afternoon gets on its way, 5 o'clock, most of the humidity has vacated the premises, so the stuffy air will exit, and we will see a drop in the humidity on into the day on Friday. Friday looks great as far as the humidity factor. It will be a comfortable day with just some sunshine and some scattered clouds. Highs on Friday should be struggling to reach 80. So we've got showers and storms developing today. We had that. Showers and storms tomorrow. We have that. And early morning showers, mainly morning showers on Thursday. That is the expectation. But if you think we're done with the strangeness of this weather, look again, my friend, because what happens in Canada could happen here. Now, this is not, I repeat, not typical of June, but who's to say that any weather pattern is typical? Look at the cool air from Chicago, Minneapolis. You say, well, that's up there, and this is Thursday, 8 o'clock, and then by Friday it turns cooler and less humid. It's really cool over the Great Lakes there in blue. These are 5,000-foot temperatures, the representation of the cool air coming down by 8 o'clock, 8:45 on Friday lingers. But it doesn't stay there. Maybe it ebbs and flows a little bit, turns yellow back to green. But then there's another surge of blue area around St. Louis by the 10th. This goes right into the middle of the month. So it doesn't show any promise of getting up to 90. For those of you that like 90-degree weather, you may be surprised the fact that it isn't quite there. It may be shy of 90, staying pretty cool, it looks like, going into the rest of the month, if not the first couple of weeks, because it certainly is showing signs of being unusually cool. Meanwhile, the Storm Prediction Center highlighting some hot spots tomorrow. Those would be the areas from Houston into central Louisiana. There's also a hot spot in over Ohio. That would be Columbus, Cleveland, back toward Erie, Pennsylvania, and Buffalo, New York. But for us, even though when it rains, it pours, even though it could be 45-mile-an-hour gusts like we had today in some cases, I believe we had 37 officially, the airport, when it rains, it can pour, but it is not, I repeat, not expected to reach 60-mile-an-hour gusts, so therefore, we're not under the crosshairs for severe weather on Wednesday. Thursday looks a little bit better, mainly in the morning as it begins to move to the east, but that means some areas, especially east of Nashville, have the risk for a thunderstorm early Thursday morning as it exits toward the east. Now, as far as the futurecast, you can see rain here through 11. Then it wants to stop. It comes back before 7 a.m., and it comes back in at noon, and then it might break up at 5, but then it comes back after 5. Toward tomorrow night, the front hasn't even passed yet, so we've got more forcing, more showers and storms tomorrow night into Thursday morning, and then eventually in the afternoon we see some improvement, and that corresponds with the drop in the humidity factor, because Friday, as I mentioned, will be struggling to hit 80, and it's going to be a delightful day. Make sure you plan on being outside. Maybe lunch outside on Friday, maybe even Saturday, might be appealing. Low temperature tonight, 66. Mostly cloudy, showers and storms. When it rains, it can pour. It'll stay humid. Winds out of the southwest 3 to 8. Tonight, we're down to 64 in Newport, Morristown, White Pine, and Talbot. Jefferson City and Dandridge, about 66. Maryville, Alcoa, 65 for Kingston, Harriman, and Rockwood. Wednesday, 85 for mostly cloudy skies. Yeah, sure, there'll be some hazy sun between the intervals of showers and storms, but with the winds, 5 to 15, wouldn't surprise me if we find gusts closing in on 30 miles an hour, maybe stronger with some of those storms. 86, my expectation for Maryville. 85 for Kingston, only 79 for Crossville. Look for a high in Morristown in the heart of Hamlin County of 84 on Wednesday. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. We got 80 on Friday, 81 on Saturday. The best looking morning is Saturday morning because we're down in the mid-50s. Mid-50s, that's going to feel nice, refreshing. Then we're around 60. Now keep in mind the normal low is 63. So even though it may not be flashing like a neon sign, a 60-degree morning is still technically a little more comfortable than 67. 7 degrees difference in lows can make a huge difference as far as the comfort factor, with highs only around 77 on Monday and Tuesday. Next week looks a lot different than it does right now. By the way, you can keep track of it all using the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It's free. Just search the 2 words Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Of course, it is engineered by Barron Weather. You get all the National Weather Service alerts plus 3 extra alerts and lightning alerts, which really, I can't underscore the importance of that when you're at the lake, you're at the swimming pool, the neighborhood pool, or the beach this summer. It's nice to know when lightning is within 15 miles of your location because a notification will come to your phone if your location services are on. So check it out. I think you'll be impressed. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. Make sure you pack the umbrella. You'll need it again tomorrow. We'll see you here next time. Take care.